Welcome to Impact Media Presents. I'm Kelly Redmond, your host and Executive Director of Impact Media and Entertainment Coalition. We are counting down to Christmas and celebrating 12 of our Christmas favorites. Today, it is my pleasure to celebrate number 7, and that is Jason Mimms, actor who plays Hosea on Cherish, The Day Season 2. Welcome, Jason. It's good to see you.
Thank you so much, Kelly. Thank you. And this is a pleasure to be here on the platform with Impact Media today. Thank you for the welcome. Thank you for the invitation. When you asked me, I was like, absolutely, I'm ready. Let's go.
Yes, and I know you stay ready. It's such a blessing to have you here for so many reasons. You know, this fall, I promise you, Cherish the Day was my favorite show. I could not wait until it came on every Tuesday on OWN, because I love Black love. I love Black love stories, and Ava DuVernay, Tuesdays with Queen Sugar and Cherish the Day. I mean, there was just nothing better on TV. I hate that we've lost Queen Sugar for good.
Right.
But I'm hoping Cherish the Day lives on for a while. And your character, Hosea, although he may have appeared to be a bad guy to some, I saw a lot of hope and potential in Hosea. And I appreciate that, brother.
Come on now. Say a little bit more.
A lot of love for Hosea.
Come on, Team Hosea. What's up?
He got on the offside of a love triangle, but he started strong.
He did start off strong, and then for some reason, he had to be the bad guy in the end. But I say he was the unlikely bad guy, because I don't think he really was.
He wasn't a bad guy.
There we go.
He met him dropping her off to the airport. I'm like, get a brother to drop. That's a big thing, to get a brother to drop you off at the airport.
See, that's why I like you, Kelly. You see the real truth. Other people, I've read the comments, everybody, and let me just say, you were right and wrong.
Exactly. And I get that too. But beautiful, dropping her off at the airport, she's going home. Who would have known that she would have bumped into her high school sweetheart and things would rekindle in the way that they did? But to have a brother who believes in you, supports you, invests in you, your business, not just the first one, but found the resources to do a second location of a restaurant, and worth millions of dollars of investment and bringing resources. And I also relate, because he said he's a connector. I'm a connector. And I'm like, I had mad love for Hosea. Now I did I don't even remember his name right now.
What was the other guy's name?
Exactly. I loved him too.
That was Ellis. That was Ellis.
Yes, but Hosea deserves some love. Cherish the Day deserves some love. And I'm so glad you're here to tell your story.
Absolutely.
And there's so many connection points. We have Chicago, growing up in Chicago is home. Going to Catholic school, high school in Chicago.
Come on.
Going to Clark, Atlanta, different times.
Wow, look at that.
Undergrad, grad.
Okay.
And pledging.
That's right.
Cream. We're representing. I got the crimson. You got.
And I got the cream. Well, I see you. I see we already coordinated.
And as I shared with you, Jason is a very special name to me. My brother's name was Jason, and credit is not due always with a man named Jason, but typically the Jasons I meet are really good brothers, and I immediately adopt.
You're starting off this interview all on the right side. I can't speak enough about all the praise that you're giving me today. So you know what? You keep going. Thank you, and be careful. If my head just seems to fall to this side, it's a little heavy. You've been feeling
more. There's definitely more. Anyone who works with director Patricia Cuffy Jones, is A-okay in my book. And I lift high because I believe in her and her work. Absolutely. She has been a huge supporter of me and Impact Media. Before we had virtual platforms, when we had our Impact Media Summit, you know, one of my absolute favorite plays in Los Angeles was Love So Deep by her. And they performed a segment at my summit because I'm just always trying to lift up good, positive, uplifting content and content creators.
Excellent.
And so the fact that you were on Stuck With You you said season 2, but technically 3?
Technically 3, because they did a season on YouTube, but season 2 on All Black. Yes.
Yes. So tell us, how did you get to LA? I know you've been here. You're about to celebrate your 12-year anniversary next month.
Yeah.
Tell me about your journey to where you are today as an actor in LA.
Wow, there's so many entry points for, you know, talking about the journey, but I'll just say this. It's been a long and rigorous journey, but I think, you know, this is similar to like pledging. You know,
Yes.
if you can stay the course, if you can stick with it, there is light at the end of the tunnel. You know, you will, you know, get to the shores, as they say. And for me, leaving Chicago, it was already one of those things. We already have this saying as Chicagoans: if you can make it in Chicago, you can make it anywhere. And that's truly a sentiment that I keep to heart, because it's true. The grit that it takes to survive in Chicago is something, I mean, that unless you've lived it, you don't know what it is. And I've gone through it. I'm a South Sider all day.
Yes.
I grew up on 72nd and Wabash. I started out acting on the South Side at the Chicago Theater Company. It's no longer in existence, but it was only 2 prominent Black theater companies during the 90s early on that were running, which was ETA and Chicago Theater Company. And they did excellent plays. And I got a chance to begin with the youth division that was almost experimental. You know, it's like we got all of these plays that we do for the adults, but one person decided to take the initiative to just teach kids.
Yes.
Which, shout out to Peter Chapman. He used to design the sets, but he was also a playwright. He did a lot of stuff at the Regal early on in the 90s, late 80s. And he really gave me the platform of what I have today. And I carried that on, you know, from there to Atlanta when I went to Clark Atlanta, and then from there out to LA. And, you know, I shared with this to you while we were talking, but, you know, you were a part of my journey, because, as I say, it's been a rigorous journey. I've had to climb from the bottom. And I say that without really kind of overlooking. I don't want to overlook some of the small things that I did have happen, because I did some work, you know, all along the way. I've been acting since I was a kid. I started with my first professional show at 14, and then I had other things hit, you know, featured extra in movies and things like that, which turned into bigger and larger things where I was seen, I was doing the work, but it still didn't happen right at that time. You know, a lot of people believe the career is supposed to happen, you know, when you get in the door, you're doing some classes, you prepare, you train, you know what's happening, it's just going to hit. Well, it doesn't. The 10-year to success story is real. You know, the overnight success, as they say. And you were part of my journey, because we met when I was working at T-Mobile. I was working at T-Mobile in Sherman Oaks, and I was in this place where I virtually felt, you know, I felt defeated. I felt like I was invisible. I felt like nobody would even know to care to even ask me what I did beyond, you know, sell me this phone. And I made it intentional where I would say what I do, just so I wouldn't allow myself to forget who I am. And I would just make, you know, conversation. People ask me about a phone plan. I'm like, you ask me if I'm an actor? Yeah, I'm an actor, and I'm doing stuff. And I'll just start that way. And I've actually made relationships from that point on. But it's similar to like the story where you were talking about, you know, Cherish your Day, the one that was written by Ava DuVernay. Yes. And I met her doing some more of this, because even when I get, you know, a step forward, it's almost like 2 steps back sometimes. And I was doing some hustle work during the pandemic, where I was working with one of these people who I, you know, gig on the side. I was working with a event planner, WP Miller Special Events.
We worked together.
There you go. Look at that. Another connection. Another connection point. Yeah. And so he was doing Jessica and Niecy Nash's wedding. And so I was just so happened to be working there during the pandemic, and Ava DuVernay was one of the guests. And I am masked up, with my face covered up. You can't see me, and I'm just giving meat and potatoes. And as far as the conversation we had that night, it was, can you get me some new silverware? And I'm like, here I am, so close, but so far away.
Right.
And fast forward a year later, I get cast and I'm on her show. And I actually got a chance to meet her again, where she actually got a chance to see who I was. It was funny because William, invited me back the next year because it was the anniversary. And he said, I want you to come, but I don't want you to be the help today. I also hustle where I'm doing video editing and, graphic design. So he was like, you can shoot, right? I was like, yeah. He said, bring your camera. I want you to shoot it today.
Oh, wow.
I came out there. I had the camera. And she saw me walking around, and I approached her, and she said, I'm sorry, but I just have to ask you, you look so familiar. Where do I know you from? And I said, I look familiar because I'm on your show. And she said, that's right. She said, you're not just on the show, you're on the show.
Yeah.
And, at that time, I didn't even get the script beyond one right there. So I'm like, am I? I knew it was recurring, but I'm like, I don't know what you mean. And she was like, let me just tell you, you got this role all by yourself. I handpicked you. I saw your self-tape, and you killed it. And I picked you. No one else helped you. And that's how you're here. And I was like, wow. And then she was like, you know what? And you also need to go ahead and get your phone. You need to take a picture right now. And I was like, thank you. I said, but before you do, let me tell you this. I served you last year in the pandemic, masked up. You didn't know who I was. And I said, I got a chance to tell my mom full circle, a year ago, I was waiting tables for you. And this year I'm on your set. And it was just one of those moments that was surreal, but it actually, it was the pinnacle of that moment for me, where I was like, it does, if you wait, if you stay the course, if you do the work, it does pay off. So that's a part of my journey. You're a part of my journey, and cherish the day. Here I am, and other things coming.
Absolutely. It is such a blessing to hear your story. And as we know, both coming up on a 12-year anniversary being in LA, you can be low, then you can shoot high, then you can drop lower than you ever thought you could ever drop in LA. And it's a constant roller coaster.
Absolutely.
And as we said offline, there's no way that we could be who we are and where we are today without a faith that sustains us. So I would love to hear how your faith has sustained you through your journey here.
Absolutely. It's one of these things that if you don't have a relationship with the higher power, then you're going to lose your way. Yeah. You have to dig deep within yourself, and you have to find something. You have to be in tune with something that allows you to wake up every day and face the demons of going after a dream, because there are people who are unintentionally negative and then just outright negative. Yes. And you have to navigate through the storm, as they say, as you were talking about the highs and lows. You have to survive the storm of the waves that come. It's a high and it's an ebb and flow. The high and lows that you go through are not only mental, but they're physical, they're spiritual. Yes. It's all of this stuff at play. And I've had to tap into a source, just my relationship with God, because I knew at a young age He placed something on my heart. Yes. And it was so clear at that point that I was determined from age 10 that I would be where I am today. And, when you get to the place where you're in the dark place where you get your back up against the wall and nothing seems to work, you have to remember that it's real. And I always say you have to take yourself serious before the world does. Yes. And that's one of those things that I feel like God encourages me and keeps me strong. And I realize it's also beyond me, because me getting to where I am is not just my own effort. It's the other people. I have family members that prayed for me. I got my mom, I got my grandmother, both grandmothers, all of them, my grandfather, they got a chance to see me, perform when I was a kid. And so I know like that is real. And I know the things that I could have been, being from the South Side of Chicago, and I grew up in the hood. So I could have been anything that you hear about Chicago right now, but I'm where I'm at now. And I survived that, and I'm here now. So wherever I rank as far as where I believe I should be, I'm way further than where I could be. And that's one of those things that I always harken back to, and I'm thankful, and I pray, and I'm grateful, and I thank God every day when I get an opportunity, and I thank God for the opportunities that haven't even manifest themselves yet. So you know, that's my faith. I mean, you have to be a warrior out here
absolutely
for this, and know that you're not only doing it for yourself, but others to follow. And I live with that.
Well, you are a positive light. And, you know, it's so funny that I appreciate you reminding me where we initially met, because it didn't really register with me, although I felt you were so familiar.
Right.
And I just had this confidence, you know, in you, your abilities, and who you were as a person. And now I know why I felt so strongly. And sometimes you just have to go with your gut. And I knew when it was time, when I decided to do these 12 Christmas favorites, you know, as a voting member of the NAACP Image Awards, I was planning to vote there. But I'm like, you know, I want to celebrate, cherish the day.
Excellent.
And, you know, you being on Cherish the Day and the role that you play, because like I said, I could relate to your character in a lot of ways.
Art imitates life, and you know what? It's just so many different things about this role that for me, it was just, you know, as the saying goes, what's for you will find you. And I mean, just the title of the show itself, you know, learning to cherish the day is something that's symbolic, and it embodies more than just, you know, the Sade song that it is, which is dope, that we all love. But I was gonna say the role itself, I was supposed to be portraying a guy who was from Chicago, who was supposed to be 34 years old. At the time, I was 34 years old when I got cast.
Oh, wow.
And then he was also supposed to be a Morehouse grad.
But wow. That was close.
I was like, that's almost me. So I just that's my alter ego. You know, that's who this guy is. And it was just really funny. I was like, but you know what was for you, we'll find you. And it was just funny that would be the role that I got a chance to work with Ava, which was really dope.
Yes. Well, I want to, there's something special that I'd like to do for you, being number 7, lucky 7 of our 12 favorites. I'd like to introduce you to a dear friend who's also from Chicago. And we have something special that we would like to present to you. Meet Elena Holtzclaw of Fuji.com and her husband, Derek. They both are from Chicago. Derek went to Clark, Atlanta. Lena and Derek lived in Atlanta, and lots of different connection spaces even here too. But Lena would like to make a presentation to you because of being the positive light that you are, repping Chicago and all the good things that you're affiliated with, you know, supporting Black businesses, supporting things that are Black, positive, and uplifting. They would like to present you with a special gift. Lena, go ahead.
Hi, Jason. Hi, Kelly. Jason, we want to gift you with our red, black, and green backpack.
Oh.
It's beautiful. It's a nice big backpack that you can carry to the studio with you. You can show it off.
Come on now. That's what I'm talking about.
On the side.
Unapologetically Black. I like that.
Yes, it is, honey. Yes, it's our signature red, black, and green. I hope you love it. It's a beautiful bag.
No, I love it. That is beautiful. You know what? I'm gonna have to give me some ones now, some Jordan 1s with that.
That's
I'm seeing, you know, I gotta put the whole fit together with that one. And I see you got the jacket in the back too. I like that.
Yes, the jacket in the back. This is our varsity jacket. This is kind of how we first got started, is with varsity jackets.
Oh,
yeah, this is our varsity jacket in red, black, and green, and it has Fuji, New York on the back.
See, I'm gonna need that website. Like what I'm saying. I love this. Well, first of all, let me just say, Elena, thank you so much to you and your husband and everyone at Fuji. That is a dope surprise and gift, Kelly. Thank you.
Oh, you are so welcome. So deserving.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, you know what? I'm definitely going to be repping on whatever set I'm on next. And so don't be surprised when y'all get hit and flood with a bunch of different calls from some of my actor friends and producers and all the rest of that, because we're going to blow you up. Support Black businesses.
Absolutely.
That's right. That's what's up.
For those who are shopping soon, we have a discount code below, Impact 12, that's active now for 20% off. So definitely get the word out. Today is the last day to get your order in for Christmas shipping. But
that's right.
You know, we know sometimes gifts arrive a little late. We're always excited when they do come.
Hey,
so
it is Kwanzaa next week. Kwanzaa starts.
Right.
Yeah, celebrate Kwanzaa.
That's right. Okay. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lena, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So we're going to say goodbye to you for now and let Jason close out. But thank you for making this 7th episode really special, celebrating our homeboy from Chicago.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Take care. Thank you again. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Lena. Oh, Jason, thank you so much for coming on today.
That is a dope surprise. I'm serious. I'm not just saying that. I like that bag.
Yeah.
So
I have so many bags from Thuji, and there's so many more that I'm like, I'm gonna need a whole closet for Thuji wear. And the leather shirts are incredible. Absolutely.
Yeah, oh, I'm gonna be all on their website. They're gonna be looking at me like, he's back again. Yes, I am.
That's right. That's right. So, you know, it's been an honor to have you here. You are welcome anytime that you're doing something. I want you to let me know. I want to promote you and support you in what you're doing. So this is just the beginning of your relationship with Impact Media and a continuation of that first conversation we had in T-Mobile.
That's right. That's right. I got you connected, and look at you. You done gone online with everything now. Is this the same Samsung I sold you? I'm messing with you. You probably threw that phone away.
Jada made me convert to the iPhone. That's so funny because I was hardcore Samsung. I did not.
I just took a guess. I didn't even know it was Look at that. That's funny. See, I'm good. I'm good, y'all. I was selling the hell out of this phone.
You do, right? Do it in excellence. And you did. You did. And in humility too. And it's just, you have no idea how much. I mean, I already felt honored and felt that it was a blessing, but now really that I'm into full circle.
Full circle.
Having this full circle moment with you from Sherman Oaks 7 or so years ago to now.
7 years ago, I'm your lucky 7 guest today.
Yes.
And my birthday starts on the 7th month. Look at that, 777. Come on now, cash me out. And let me just say, back to Team Hosea, you know what I mean? Because look, you know, you're right. Some of y'all women, y'all need to pay attention. When the man's coming and he's saying, you know, he want to pick you up, drop you off at the airport. He said he gonna make time for you, you know.
Invest in you and your dreams.
That's the right guy. He wasn't wrong, but he wasn't right that night. You know, he
threw shade. He threw shade in Dallas, you know. About being a plumber. Oh, how many locations? Oh,
right. You know. But you gotta flex when you know what you are. That's called confidence, everybody. It's confidence.
Exactly.
What it is.
Exactly. We need more Hoseas and we need more Ellises.
well, y'all petition to bring it back, because I mean, at the way that Ava's doing the show, it's an anthology. And so I don't think you'll get a chance to see me again, because just like you saw the first season, and then it was a new host of characters for the next season, it's probably going to be that way for the 3rd season too.
I was wondering if she was going to do that. I love this.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So, but I mean, you know, there's the possibility, like as you were talking about Queen Sugar going off there, you know, she did bring a lot of the characters that came in from the first season all the way to the end. She kind of brought them all full circle and brought them back. So maybe I might get a chance to come back that way, but who knows? I don't know when that'll be, but let's pray for 7 seasons for Cherish today. That'll be dope.
Absolutely. And bigger and better things for you. You're not limited to Cherish the Day. There's so much that God has in store for you.
Absolutely.
Whether it's through Ava or, you know, who knows? Reggie Hutton, who knows?
Right. Yeah.
You know, it's going to be
media, you know,
by you next.
Who knows? Yeah. And I mean, you can also check out another film that was out around the same time, Montrose Blood Rules. It was actually on TV1. Victoria Rowell and Richard Brooks were the names on that. Victoria Rowell also directed it as well.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's another good film. It's it's like a thriller film that they put together that I was also playing an attorney on for that one, which is pretty cool. So, and however you guys want to reach out to me and support what I got going on, you guys could definitely find me on social media too.
So tell them how to find you.
For sure. So like Instagram and Facebook, I'm pretty active on, but I'm gonna try and get on them other ones, Twitter and the Snapchats and the
It's a full-time job, right?
TikTok and all that stuff. I'm gonna figure it out. But yeah, also YouTube, but at Jason_Mimms at IG, and then Jason Mimms for Facebook and YouTube. So tap in, subscribe, follow, like, do all that stuff, comment, share my stuff, everything. So yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I wish you a very Merry Christmas, a happy holiday season, and just a very fruitful, blessed career in Hollywood.
Thank you.
And ensuring that God uses you and your gifts to glorify the kingdom. Absolutely. As you have been. So thank you so much for joining us. And I look forward to seeing you again real soon, Jason.
Thank you for sharing your platform, and happy holidays to you as well. I don't know if you're staying here or if you're going home, but I'll be going back to the Tundra next week to celebrate with the family in Chicago. So thank you so much. And yeah, I plan on being back. So whenever you want me back, just let me know.
I definitely will. And I can't wait to see you rocking your Fuji backpack.
Oh yeah, I got pictures coming. I'm gonna take some pictures. I'm gonna throw it on the internet and everything.
Okay, sounds good. Travel safe and happy holidays, and enjoy that first. I think that was your first Christmas gift, right?
That it? You know what? Christmas came early.
That's right. That's right. All righty. Take good care.
See you later, Kelly.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Look forward to seeing you again soon on our 12 favorite Christmas gifts for 2022. Thank you so much. Take care and God bless.